Welcome back to the channel. I thought I would post a video about what I'd like to call bottom-up betting and how you can use 8Train Station to do some bottom-up fishing. Um, Most bettors, as was I, you look at the card, you like certain teams, you think you have a feel for what's going to happen, and you isolate certain games and you bet them. Uh, that's what I call bottom up betting. It's more of an intuitive feel, or you listen to a bunch of touts and they give you their opinion, and then you chase the bet that way. Uh, that's how I used to bet, and I didn't do very well. I've completely switched over. Well, not completely, because we're going to do it differently this time, but I am going to demonstrate with 8Train Station how you can still fish for some angles that you like and try to get a positive EV outcome and still bet what your feel. I so let's go through this. I capped the card for today for basketball. All the games. I've looked at all the games. I've got a bunch of people's different opinions that I trust on this thing, and then I've kind of isolated certain plays and bets that I like the best. So let's just fish through. So what we can do now is, rather than just stopping here and saying, well, I like Baylor, and all the touts are on Baylor, let's just bet Baylor. Let's see if we can incorporate some EV betting strategies into these leans, if you will. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to show you how I fish through 8Train Station to do that. Now, I've already got quite a lot of action today, and my CLV looks good right now. The first game on the docket is Northwestern Wildcats at Florida Atlantic. I've already got some props. I don't have a side. And right now, Florida Atlantic would be the play, or over, I think. But I don't really have a strong opinion on either of those at this point. But what you can do, so if we go to the events, let me make sure my weightings are where I want them to be first. I'm using Pinnacle and Bet Online of 2, Bet Rivers 0.5, Caesars 0.75, and then I'm going to add Virgin Bet. I've been messing around with this 1, and Bet US 0.5. Now, I guess the first thing we need to do, I'm not going to change any of the settings because I want to try to get everything in here. I want to kind of get the whole spectrum of the market. I'll just type college and see what we got here. Let's look at Northwestern first, FAU. All right, so we do have a BetMGM play with Florida Atlantic minus 7.5. So that's an alt line. That's an alt line, which is plus money. So you could go that route. You've got, but the problem is you really only have Caesars and Bet Rivers to drive that total. That number, that EV play is 1.7 if you trust Caesars and Bet Rivers, which I'm not sure I do. The line movement would indicate it's Florida Atlantic. Let's look at 2. On 2, it's pretty thin, not much there. I think I'm going to leave what I got on that one. Let's look at Baylor, because I think Baylor is. I mean, I don't think Colgate really deserves to be in this thing, but let's see what we can find on Baylor. Did I miss it? Colgate Baylor is all props. You got Jalen Bridge. I've already got action on this. So what you can do, if we like Baylor, we can click here. You can also go to the events page and search, and that brings up all the options within 8Train Station for that game. So Baylor's laying 12.5, right? Actually, they're laying 13.5 at some books. But let's see if we can find a Baylor angle. So first off, on the money line, first half money line, all the value is on Colgate. So that's not something we want to do. Let's look at the two-way money line. That's heavy, heavy. I mean, obviously heavy, heavy Baylor. Long shot Colgate. Let's look at the team total. So you can scroll through here and you can see, are you getting any EV value? You've got the odds set over here. So like for this play, over under 60, your no vig odds is 104 and Caesars is offering 115. So this is your no vig odds. This is your fair odds, and this is what the books are offering. This is close. Bet Baylor over under 76. I definitely don't want a Baylor under. I know that. I was actually looking for a Baylor over, so I don't like that. Now this has got some EV to it. Well, no, it doesn't have EV to it. It's got the no big odds of. This is one that's crossed over, which I like these, where you've got your no vig odds opposite of your odds that are being offered. Let's look at this one. This is Pinnacle, so no. All right. Well, I just exited out. Dang it. Um, did that change my weightings? No. So what you can do when you're fishing is go to the event page. Go. In this case, we're going to college basketball. And let's go back to Baylor. Did I miss it? They're right there. Totals. So I'm looking at EV. Over under 138.5 might have some potential. Let's look at that one. So FanDuel is almost a play. You've got Pinnacle. So if Pinnacle is the Bible, that's what's driving it really. I do like the market. I like the line movement. Caesars has a very strong opinion on this. FanDuel seems to be like an outlier line. I mean, if you go Caesars, then it's a play. Well, not much of a play, but it's a play. At under 138 and a hook. And that is the favorite play. All the minus money is over here. There's just not a lot of value between your strong book, Pinnacle, and FanDuel. But you notice Pinnacle and Bet Rivers are in agreement. Let's look at the spread. So is there anything on the spread? Uh, Not really. What you can also do, so if you just determined to bet something, um, you can line shop. We can line shop this thing. Baylor opened up at 13 and a half, and now the most of the books are at 14 and a half. So if you go to 14 and a half, I mean, you could get a 12 and a half at Pinnacle, 142. Let's go to 13 and a half. At 13 and a half, Pinnacle's giving you the best odds, followed closely by Bet Rivers. 14, 14, you Bet Rivers will probably be the play. Let's go to a first half. Let's look at a first half spread. First half, so we've got here we've got a potential play at 8.5. Let's look at this one. This is Pinnacle though. Pinnacle's hanging plus money for Baylor minus 8.5 first half. If we go to the bottom, it's 6, nothing, 6.5. Pinnacle. It's all Pinnacle lines. You can get 7.5 at Bovada. All right, I think at what do I have as far as betting on this? Let me look and see. Did I pass it again? Yeah, I passed it. First half under 64 and a hook. I do like first half unders. Pinnacle obviously Pinnacle's your strong book, and that's driving this no vig odds. First half under 64 and a hook. Yeah, I'm gonna bet this all day long. Nice, nice hold. Yep, I'm on it. Baylor Colgate under. So that's a good example of. I just wanted to share that one example. That's a good example. I'll go ahead and bet this, but that's a good example of fishing through the 8Train station to find angles that you used to bet. Maybe you used to bet with a gut feel, or based because some tout told you to bet that way. This is a way that you can use that information and try to put some math behind those bets. So, hope you enjoyed the video and appreciate you watching. Thanks.